All right, without further ado, go ahead and start the UCC for this month, March 2020, 2023 Lee UCC. Welcome, everyone. Looks like we got a full room this morning. And Lucas, I'll go ahead, if you would, go ahead and put your information in the chat section, and then I'll transfer it to the sign-in roster that we have on hand here.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Lewis Panter's got a few words. Feels like spring has sprung. It hadn't the last couple of days, but when he put this thing together the first of the month, we had some 70 degrees, almost lower 80-degree weather. And as anybody knows, March is kind of temperamental, so it'll snow sometimes in March, which is why most folks don't plant their gardens till the end of March, 1st of April. Positive response reminder has been added to all emails that have been sent back to excavator. So it is North Carolina law before you go out there to physically go to your job site. Once you've called your 3 working day in, you're supposed to check your positive response before you send the crew out there. So when I talk to folks, I tell them it's a good idea. You know, if I had a parish construction company and I send a crew 2 hours down the road and they get there and say, hey, everybody's done their thing except for Duke Energy. Now I have to spool up a 3-hour by law. So I've done paid them 2 hours travel time, 3 hours sitting there waiting on a locate to mature for Duke Energy to come out there. As a reminder, if you only need Duke Energy, don't blast this thing out to everybody. Just do the 3-hour request for Duke Energy only, or whichever utility is deficient in coming and doing that locate. Don't blast it out to everybody again, Chuck. You know, you're going to get it. You're like, man, I was just out there the other day. What are they sending this thing at? Be specific in when you do that request.
Oh,
yeah. So they're still assessing, and I think we got the paperwork the other day. So, but they got this from Dominion and Duke Energy on these excavators who are out there digging with no call tickets, right? Professional excavators. So they dug into the weeds a little bit to find out why. We did get a paper the other day on that. I just hadn't opened it up and dug into it yet. I've been traveling a little bit here this past few days. But I'm sure they'll probably be blasting that out here pretty soon, maybe even next month in next month's presentation. The CGA, they've got a bold goal, 50% reduction in damages in the next 5 years. So they're calling it 50 and 5. And it's an industry challenge across the industry to reduce the damages that occur underground. Let's see. And last but not least, stay safe. Remember, technically, winter isn't over yet, and we have witnessed that last couple of evenings. It's supposed to get in the back home to 27 again tonight, so high 20s. Banners, if you guys need some banners. And we're asking, I know Mark Worth from out west had bought 20 banners. I don't know if he dropped any off in this area or not. But he does have those banners. If you would like some, just reach out to him. He is divvying those up. He actually paid for those out of his own pocket. Anybody else would like a banner? I do have some in my vehicle. We're asking to limit 2 per company or entity in the area. And we are also asking they be put in high traffic areas, not necessarily on the fence unless your fence is visited by a lot of folks daily. This just helps spread the word, right? We've got the billboards. Has anybody seen the advertising on the TV yet? Commercials, kind of cartoonish. So we're doing that. We've got the cars going up and down the road, and then the banners as well. Static display. All right, so let's take a look at the numbers. As you can see here, this is going to be across the state of North Carolina, and we're going to be looking at February last month versus 2022 in February. And you can see 13.3% increase. So last month, Lewis was saying, hey, we're getting ready for this summer or spring surge. So we know as the weather breaks, homeowners get out there and they're wanting to do it more and more. So you can see February of last year versus last month, it's already increased 13.3%. And we expect it to be even more in March. Year to date, 16.9%. Now, granted, that's only 2 months, right? January, February, but the numbers are upticking. And then the transmissions last month at 14.4% increase, and year to date 15.3. So Chuck, you could probably attest to this. And the fiber overbuild going on all across North Carolina, it's driving the numbers up there too, right? Not only are they calling in the original tickets, but then they're calling in updates. because they're calling in more tickets than they can actually get to. So the 3-hour increase 152.2%. So it had 58 last month. The new tickets increased from 453 to 930 is a 105.3% increase. And again, this is what I'm talking about. Ticket updates 126 to 761, a 504% increase. Average locations per day in Lee 90. So that's the uptick in. No, 90, the number. I think it's generally been in the low 50s or 60s, so that's about 30 more as an average per month, per day. 3-hour, are you talking about the updates? Are you talking about the total tickets? Yeah. What's it? I can't remember last month, Chuck, do you? Yeah. Are you getting obliterated? You need some more help?
I got some.
Oh, you got some help? Okay. All right,
I
so
mean, if you can get me some more, that'd be.
do I have to pay for them?
They want it on the ground so they can work.
Right, I understand that. The 3 hours year to date has increased 234%. New tickets 71.7, and again the ticket updates. It's getting crazier out there. 441%. So 1,477 just in 2 months in the update tickets. Average locations per day 79. So out of the 1,796, obviously Sanford always comes out on top, 1,726. Broadway had 57, so they made the double digits this month. Just so in the past, we've been showing the folks who have been calling in just to North Carolina 811, hey, somebody's putting in water and they damage the gas. Somebody's putting in gas and they damage the water, right? Now we're pulling from not only the numbers that we get at 811, but we're also pulling in from the CGA dirt report. So some of these numbers may not be verbatim off the dirt because some stakeholders report monthly, some do it quarterly, some do it annually. They wait till the end of the year. Hey, we've had total hits of this. So this is just a snapshot at the time that these numbers were put together as a reminder. Oh, as another reminder, contractors, we're asking, so we're running into a slew of homeowners calling in their tickets. So my XYZ company's putting in a fence for me, or XYZ's putting in irrigation. And what these companies are doing, they're asking the homeowners to call the ticket in. It takes the onus of the original ticket and then the updating ticket off of the contractor doing the work. What it doesn't do is cover the contractor if they're doing the work. If the homeowner calls it in, that ticket is only good for the homeowner. So if the contractor goes out there and they hit the gas, you're going to send a bill to that individual putting in the fence or the irrigation system because they didn't call the ticket and they're not on the original homeowner's ticket. So that we're trying to educate the homeowners that don't call these tickets into these folks. They need to be calling in. Now, with that being said, I talked to one homeowner. He said, well, it was I could do it, or if they did it, they're going to charge me a $90 fee. I said, a $90 fee is a free call. They come out and locate for, well, that's what they said. So a lot of these folks are really pushing the homeowners to do that, but we're trying to educate the homeowners, don't do that.
Add them to the
Yeah.
ticket though, can't they?
They can, but don't say that out too loud. We don't we don't like to say that.
These guys do. They
Yeah.
call the ticket and they file contractors on that ticket.
Yeah.
They don't know which one's gonna do the work.
Right, and they can do that. That is legal. Yeah. But a lot of homeowners don't know that. They don't know to add the contractor to the ticket.
Well,
Yeah.
it's their name.
All right, some things coming up. The Underground Damage Prevention Review Board is going to meet Tuesday, April 18th. That's going to be at the NC 811 Event Center. And if you would like to know more information, you can go to their website here. State UCC, March 21st, coming up pretty soon. That's going to be at Dominion Energy in Raleigh. Again, that's going to be a hybrid if you can't physically be there. And if this UCC ever gets another chair, we invite the chairs to either physically be there or be there via the Teams meeting, right, online. And then the Locate Resolution Partnership Committee is going to meet the following day, March the 22nd at 11 a.m. And again, that's going to be back at the NC 811 Event Center. If can't be there in person, they're going to do a hybrid meeting so you can get on the Teams platform as well. Did anybody do the treasure hunt last year? All right, it's back again this year. We're not giving $811 away. We're just giving $300 away because of the inflation. Yeah, but it's really easy. I went online. I didn't fill out the whole thing, but you can watch 6 videos, or if you know the app, hit submit. They'll let you know if you got them all right. If you did, then your name goes into a pot. There'll be a drawing at the last day. I think it's close of business, the last day of April, and they're going to draw out a name, and then we'll present the check next month. In May. Now, I had a guy from Harnett Johnston UCC actually won the 811 last year, so there's a photo of me presenting a check to him, and he actually brought his girlfriend. Somebody started laughing, said, "I never told my wife or girlfriend when I bought some extra money." I thought it was kind of funny. Piedmont, along with 811, are going to be down at the Charlotte Checkers. They're going to take over. Last year, we got to ride the Zambonis. Anybody ever ridden a Zamboni around here? Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. So you got to ride around the ice during the different intermissions or periods when they clean the ice for the skating. But we'll be down there. Safety Sam's gonna ring the cowbell to start the thing, and then we'll have our giveaway. So if anybody's in the area and you want to stop by, come check us out. WIC Week got Women in Construction, so that was actually last week, but they celebrate women in construction. And this year's theme was Many Paths, One Mission, and it's just highlighting the women. I think if anybody does social media here and goes to the NC 811 website, they highlighted a locator from one of the municipalities at the Harnett Johnston UCC and how she got in there. So they sent it out as well. We got our joint conference. If somebody was a chair here, they could go to this, right? It's going to be at Cherokee. So Wednesday is going to be a golf day. And then they'll have social hour Wednesday evening with heavy hors d'oeuvres. Get the meet and greet. Thursday will actually 8 or so start the actual business meeting, and it'll go all day. And then they'll have a dinner that night with some more social hour or so. And then Friday, kick back off again Friday morning, and it usually ends up around 12 noon. That gives everybody time to drive back home, right? So if you've never been, if you were a chair, you know, you get to enjoy this camaraderie and all paid for by yourself. Yeah. Yeah. We just need somebody to step up to the plate and you know,
Everybody don't have as much work.
take some ownership. No, but it is available for you guys. I don't know if you've ever been. If you've never sent somebody, you may want to send somebody just to see what it's like. But it's a good time. I know Wake is sending a lot of folks, or the Wake UCC from Dominion is sending some folks down there as well. There's the education team. They made us put a suit on that day. Yeah, wasn't happy about that, but you know, it is what it is. Again, a copy of this presentation along with the video minutes and a sign-in roster will be uploaded to the NC UCC. I'm going to submit it before I leave here and go to my Randolph UCC this afternoon. So barring any questions and or comments, that concludes my presentation. And we will start. Lucas, you want to start? You got any projects you'd like to let everybody know about? Are there any issues out in the field?
Yes, sir. I don't know if Andrew wants to shed more light on this, but I had a conversation with him this morning about some issues we're starting to have with USIC on our.
Hey, can you get a little bit closer to the mic, please?
It might just not be. Can you hear me better now?
A little bit. You sound like you're in an echo chamber.
I'm sorry. Hey, Andrew, can you shed some light on what we talked about this morning?
So, we got some information that some of our tickets are being worked at the, I guess, leisure of the of the utility owner or the companies, where they're working the newer tickets rather than the older tickets because they can't keep up with the older tickets, and they're trying to fix their matrix to make their numbers look better for what they're trying to close out. And then all the other people that are in here locating gas and water and everyone else are gonna have a bunch of update tickets coming through for no reason whatsoever. We were doing pretty good where we were getting the tickets called in, worked. I mean, we were doing over 10,000 feet a week installing and being done, so our updates were going down. And then we got into an area where there's a lot more underground utilities, and rather than calling more firepower, they decided to just push it to the back burner and then work the ones they could get and clear it all.
So who did you hear this from?
USIC.
The individual in the field or
Yes,
supervisor?
Individual in the field.
Okay, so the locator in the field?
Yes, they've received that information from said supervisor, whether it was yesterday or this morning. But we called 2 days ago asking about tickets that were in the order of what we called in. And he said that they were removed from his board and he couldn't find them. And then he gave the supervisor a call, and then it just kind of died after that conversation. And the same thing this morning, I was telling him what areas I needed to have done first so they won't get updated. And he's telling me that he can only work green or yellow tickets to help get his board looking good. And all the red tickets are gonna have to go in for updates, and they'll get them on the next round. Which is a lot of tickets.
Hey, Lucas, can you send me an email with specifics on that, please? And I'll send that to the district manager. So he covers about the state of North Carolina, and find out what's going on with that, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Is that it?
Yeah, I mean, that's the only issue. Gas and water have been awesome keeping up, and if I need any help, I call any one of these guys, they show right up, no problem.
So you're
Same thing
just
for
saying that
water.
because Chuck's here.
Everyone in here's been helpful. If I have any issue, they come right on the spot. If I need something verified, they come out on the spot. I have no problem. Same thing for water.
Yep.
It's USIC, they were doing good. And we're getting in the spot where there's more underground, and they were aware of it because we had a meeting about it. And he said, when we get to that spot, we'll send in more people. And all he
Who
did,
told you that?
that was Chris Stansel, the
Supervisor.
supervisor for the area.
Okay.
We had a meeting about 3 out in the field and
Yeah.
discussed all of this.
Okay.
And then now we're at the point where it's starting to happen, and they're not getting any help, and they're getting binded up. And they're just trying to worry about what looks good for them, not what helps everybody.
Okay. All right.
All I got.
What you got next?
Just a second going in. I got nothing.
Now, who do you work for?
Hybrid.
Hyper. Okay. He stole all your thunder.
He stole everything.
Who got SEC was to the right of you? You with SEC?
No, I'm with Elk Energy.
Okay. The man, okay.
I just got a couple joint trench job. Here,
Who you joint trenching with?
Mustang
And they're installing,
Power Communications.
so gas and power, you guys are doing joint trenching now here in the area?
Yes.
Is that gonna be a standard across Dominion's territory? Or has it been?
No standard.
Huh?
It's area specific.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it depends on the contractor, the power company, that sort of.
Who are they installing power for?
I think it's
Duke Energy?
the-
Okay. Cool. All right, what we got next?
I missed the flexible. I missed the flexible. I do whatever they need me to do.
And for Gumby, right? Always flexible. All right, Mike, it's on your shoulder, brother. Everybody's looking to you.
Project, I don't know when Brad's gonna finish that one up. We're working on it.
I'll be on a permanent hold for the moment now.
Yeah,
Permanent hold.
well, you had to be here for the full 3 years. But, no, I don't really have anything to add to it. These guys, like, that are out there every day.
We just been dealing with the uptick in tickets mostly. Keeping Andrew happy. But, you know, I mean, I have to say, I've worked around a lot of cable guys. And I mean, you know, keeping the updates down, not calling in tickets he doesn't need.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
And even though you see some big numbers on there, those are real tickets. There's not a lot of fluff in there. There is some, we got one contractor on 42 that's been calling in, water main tickets since December.
Yep.
And they got some pipe out there. That's about it.
What, did you give me their name, Chuck? Have I talked to them yet?
Yeah, that's like Thanksgiving.
Is that 19 mile guy?
What's that, Bog,
Yeah,
Bog,
they've been calling it since before Thanksgiving. It's been a long time.
What's the name of the company?
Uh,
Spell it.
Bog, Boggs, Boggs Construction.
We'll come up before I leave here.
That's where about 80 of your updates.
Okay. I'll look them up and reach out to them before I leave here today.
have been on. I ain't had the market, so we're good.
Yeah, but tickets are still, so every time we generate a ticket, we send a fee to you guys.
Yeah.
Boom, generate ticket there.
Yeah.
So it's incurring cost, even though you're not physically having to go locate it. They're gaming the system and it's costing everybody. And you guys are not losing money, right? Dominion's not in the business to lose money. That is going to raise
Right.
the rates for the customers, right? And the customers end up paying it. Yeah. So we want to try to stop that if we can. No issues? Yep. Hello.
Well, I don't locate, I've located years past, but, just looking at the number of locates and the construction work that's going on around the area, these guys do a great job of keeping our lines safe. We don't have the hit line, anything like we had many, many years ago. Back when I was first in construction. Great job.
And Microsoft on the top too. They found a couple that we missed.
Yeah.
Didn't hit them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's always good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always good when they don't hit them.
They're looking, they're, being proactive on,
Okay.
on everything.
What you got, Chuck?
That's it.
You good? You happy? All's right with the world? All right, guys. So the next time we're going to get together and hopefully we'll have a leader by then, right? Chairperson. Will be April the 11th, right? And remember, April is Safe Digging Month. If you guys are going to reach out to Mark to get your banners so you can display them for Safe Digging Month. Take a photo as well. Folks, be more than happy to hook you up today. Okay. Lucas, you got anything else, buddy?
No, sir.
Are you still there, Lucas? Okay. All right. Thank you very much, sir. And I'm going to stop the recording.